Hello everybody, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel, whatever the case may be. So I have big news, big news. Today is Tuesday, March 11th. Yes, Tuesday, March 11th. So like usual, let's find March 11th. Oh, okay, March 11th. In adversity, you are spurred on rather than discouraged. You are an ardent lover and the bitterest enemy. Never halfway in your work or social life. You are either thoroughly liked or disliked. Okay then. Alrighty then. Okay. So, if today is your birthday, happy birthday! And then next, update on cross stitch. Yes, I did a little bit of my butterfly and cat. I'm focusing on two things for now. For the foreseeable future, for the next, at least for the rest of this week. My butterfly and cat. So yeah, I got a little bit more done here on my kitty cat. Gradually working on it. And I'm working on my Carousel dreams. I've got so much of it done already that I've got a bunch of it rolled up. I'm using hair clips because I don't have other clips, and I got enough of these hair clips that I got 2 on each end to help. All right, so I'm just going to work on this section here. I have not done a pre-recording of reading a chapter of book, so I'm yeah, so no book in this video. All right. Okay, so let's get started with my special AB drills. Now, for those of you who have been following me for a while, welcome. Hello. Hello, my lovelies. Yesterday, Monday, March 10th, was a very big stress-filled, exciting day for me. My daughter, my oldest child, hopped on an airplane and flew from Alberta to back to BC, and then when she got off the plane and she had to find the correct bus, and then rode on the bus, the city bus, to the bus depot. So the airport is in one city and the bus depot is in another city, which is almost an hour closer to me. And then my boyfriend went and picked her up from the bus depot to bring her here yesterday. So yeah, and she she didn't really pack very much, but she made sure she's got her Xbox and her phone and headphones, which are the 3 most important things for her. Yeah, well, as well as her sketchbook. Yeah, I was getting to that. She's like, and my art. Yes, she remembered. She brought her sketchbook and her pencils and her pencil crayons. And then I gave her some pencils, some art pencils, and yeah. So yeah, there were a couple of hiccups in getting her here. But they were easily navigated. Apparently Like, my boyfriend's like, well, where exactly is the bus depot? I've never been there. I'm like, okay. So I Googled it, and it gave me the wrong it gave me the wrong location. Yeah. So apparently, it was. It gave me the Handy Dart bus depot, whatever, and not the downtown exchange. And apparently I needed to give him, he needed the downtown exchange. So anyways, he ended up on 43rd Street. She ended up on the corner of 30th and 31st. 30th and 31st. Yeah, I don't know if that's 30th Ave and 31st Street, or 30th Street and 31st Ave. I don't know. But it's the 30th and the corner of the 30th and 31st. And and thankfully there was Wi-Fi there, so she was able to message me and let me know. And while waiting, I'm like chatting with Lola, with Trainwreck sister Lola, and yay, she's got her new cross stitch that she's starting. I'm guessing she's starting it, although she's got a whole bunch already to work on, and and other goodies. But yeah, so I apologized profusely to him for sending him to the wrong location. Thankfully the correct location is like a 6-minute drive, approximately, give or take, traffic. And so I figured I would have a shower just before they got here. And well, I went into the bathroom, I started running the water, and then there's a knock on the door. It's like, wait, what? I go to the door, and there she is. I'm like, I guess he's already left. She's like, yep, he wanted to go home. Well, he had to go home and feed his cat and go to bed, get some sleep, because he had to work last night. He does not work tonight. So, yeah. I don't know if he's going to be coming over tonight to visit. It would be nice if he does, but if he doesn't, well, I understand, because yesterday was a long, busy day. But I do hope he does come to visit, because it's been 3 weeks since the last time he came over to visit. And yes, if you've been following me for a while, you know that I live alone ever since my cat had to be put down. I've been living alone, so very little human contact aside from my dad and sometimes my bonus mom. I almost said stepmom. She's not my stepmom. She's my bonus mom. My stepmom we don't talk about very much because, well, she's just way out there. But I honestly blame it on her epilepsy. Yeah, I'm blaming it on her epilepsy, because epileptic seizures, they they cause severe damage to your brain. And she's had my stepmom has had multiple seizures in her life, and grand mal seizures, like multiple grand mal seizures. And a grand mal seizure is like very, very, very severe, very dangerous seizure. Like, grand mal seizures can unalive a person. They're known to do that. But that was, she's a stubborn woman. She has survived many a grand mal seizure. Many a grand mal seizure. Yeah. And unfortunately, her seizures, she also had brain surgery while she was married to my dad to try and help, if not completely eliminate her seizures, then to at least decrease the frequency and severity of said seizures. And she said it was actually the second time she's ever had surgery, brain surgery, for her seizures. Because she used to have grand mal seizures almost on a daily basis. A long, long time ago now. Yeah. And then the first operation did cut down on her seizures immensely. But yeah, so anyways. So yeah, I have a bonus mom. My stepmom, I guess you could say she's still my stepmom. Her and my dad are legally separated, but not actually divorced. My dad's like, well, if she wants a divorce, she can ask. She can apply for the divorce. She actually did hand him divorce papers once. Yeah. Yeah, once she handed him divorce papers, but they managed to work things out and they stayed married for a few more years until she just literally packed up a suitcase and snuck out of the house in the early morning. Drained their joint bank account so the mortgage payment didn't go through. He was disappointed that she had done that. But the thing that pissed him off about her taking off the way she did was she left her dog behind. Yes, she abandoned her dog. She couldn't exactly take him. Her. She had a dog named Megan, which is funny because Megan is the name of her one daughter, her oldest daughter. Yeah. They didn't name the dog. The dog came with the name. Or the name came with the dog. And the dog was a rescue from a hoarding situation. In the town next door. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, she packed a suitcase, had a taxi pick her up in the wee hours of the morning while my dad was in the bedroom sleeping. And the taxi took her down to the bus depot. She hopped on this was back when we still had Greyhound bus. The Greyhound bus system. I need more coffee. Anyways, yeah, so then she hopped on the Greyhound onto the bus. And then yeah, went bye-byes. And actually my dad is so much happier these days. So much happier. My bonus mom is way better. She don't put up with no crap. Oh yeah. She's a little spitfire. Always very active. Very active. And if she needs to, she'll put you in your place. Oh yeah. But she doesn't really like having to do that, because it's very stressful for her to have to do that. So my dad tries to keep her life as stress-free as possible. And unfortunately, it's been a bit stressful lately, over the last couple of years. Because of me. Yeah, I will admit, because of me. Yeah. And I don't mean for it to be that way, but it's because of leaving a toxic relationship last year. Those of you who know from previous videos. Yeah. So yeah, my daughter Wolfie. She was in one of my live streams. Yeah, she was in one of my early live streams. She might pop in. She'll probably pop in periodically in my live streams. Kind of hard not to when you live in a confined space like this. Living in a fifth wheel, not very much space. But yeah, we've been talking about the living situation, and it's a good thing we're so close. Yeah, there are times we're more like friends than mother and daughter. And then there are times she's very mature for her age. She has been very mature for her age for a long time. Yeah, there are times when the roles get reversed. She's more like the mothering figure, and I'm like more like the child. I blame it on head injuries in my youth. It's just the way my brain is wired, unfortunately. Yeah, she did bring her Xbox, like I said. She's got it hooked up in the bedroom to my TV. So yeah, I'm really excited about being able to keep the TV, because the TV is actually from the bedroom of my parents' motorhome, their RV. I originally asked my dad if I could borrow it just for the winter, because while the RV is parked for the winter, and he's like, yeah, but we'll need it back in the spring or summer for when we start going camping again. I'm like, yeah, not a problem. I'm gonna look for my own TV. And then the other day he was over and we were chatting, and I'm like, yeah, I'll be having to give you that TV back soon. And he's like, what TV? I'm like, well, the one from the bedroom. And he's like, oh, keep it. I'll just buy a new one. I'm like, okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah. Well, this TV is not a smart TV. Yeah. It's we'll just say it's an unintelligent TV. Yeah, so it's not a smart TV, which is fine. Actually. It it just means I don't get to fall asleep to a big flashing screen in the bedroom with YouTube playing. Yeah. Yeah, the only time I actually use the TV is, like I said, when my boyfriend is over and we're watching movies. So, yeah. And so I'm really hoping that he comes over tonight. But we shall see. Like, I did mention it to him yesterday, because like he said it was going to it would cost $50. He was asking for $50 for gas to drive out there and pick Wolfie up and bring her back. And I'm like, yeah, not a problem. I can definitely do that. Because I did receive a check from Canada Post. They reimbursed me for the package that disappeared, because I had sent a package of completed diamond paintings to my friend in Colorado, and well, the package disappeared. And we were chatting the other day about that, and she said, because I told her like the issues with Canada Post going bankrupt, and how in the past they would just get a loan from a bank for a few $1 billion to be able to keep their doors open and their employees paid. And I told her, like, there's a lot of shipping companies that are they're faster, they're cheaper, and they work on the weekend. They deliver on the weekends. Some of these drills, they bulge out a little bit, and then just grr. Just checking to see, yeah, that you're still in frame, or that I'm still in frame for you to see. So anyways, yeah. So yeah, Canada Post, they don't work. They don't deliver on the weekends. And she's like, yeah, the U.S. Postal Service, the USPS, they don't deliver on the weekends either. And I'm like, yeah, that's very interesting, considering that they said that the package was delivered on a Sunday. She's like, yeah, and it was snowing that day, and there are no tire tracks in my driveway. And I'm like, yeah, and you said you've got like a doorbell camera, so there's no video footage of anybody showing up to deliver said package. So yeah, where did that package go? Yeah. So yeah, I've said in a couple of previous videos that I put in a claim with Canada Post and told them that, yeah, no, the package never arrived. And thankfully I only had it insured for $100. Even though the contents were basically $100, basically covered like one canvas. And that is the one that from Diamond Art Club. That is also currently discontinued, which really sucks, because she really wanted that diamond painting to give to the vet clinic. And so now we're just like scrambling to try and figure out, find another canvas that we both agree would be a nice gift for the vet clinic. And I'm like, well, her husband had given her a diamond painting of Lady and the Tramp, and when it arrived, she had been working on it herself last year, but with her vision, it's very slow going for her. And so she packaged up the drills, and she sent the canvas and the drills to me so that I could do it. But unfortunately, the canvas, it was just like, it was really dirty. And yeah, there was damage to the canvas itself as well. And I did talk about this in a previous video, and someone in the comments said that wet wipes, you can use wet wipes to clean the stick on the canvas. Yeah. Yeah. I should have tried. But anyways, so we're trying to find another one of those. And then she said she found some, like 3 different types, and of the Lady and the Tramp. I'm like, we'll get a couple of them, and like, you can keep one and you can give the other one to the vet clinic. And she's like, yeah, there's a good idea. Yeah, I'll do that. So her memory's not really the greatest. I say that only because she's asked me, she asked me like several different times about that particular canvas. Do you still have Lady and the Tramp? No. I already explained that it went bye-byes because of the damage. And at one point she said that she ordered another one that she had found on Walmart's website. She ordered one to have it shipped to the Walmart near me, but there's been no contact from Walmart. So I don't know. So she said she's ordering another one. She said she gets paid tomorrow, so I'm gonna have to ask her about if she's gonna be. She's got a package, a box set up, ready to go. So I'm gonna talk to her later today and ask her if she's still gonna be sending it tomorrow or not. Yeah, but I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start. Lola was like, because Temu does not deliver to post office boxes. At least they say they won't deliver. They don't deliver to a PO box. And unfortunately, I can only use a PO box now through it's called Flex Delivery. So it goes to a quote unquote PO box at the post office, without actually renting a PO box. So it's this feature for like online deliveries, online purchase orders. So but because of the way Canada Post is, like if I order straight from Temu, if I order from Temu and it comes straight to me, I don't pay duties and taxes. It's covered in the purchase price or shipping, but shipping is free because I always order over the minimum amount required for free shipping. But for my friend to ship something to me, then I have to pay duties and taxes. So basically I'm paying twice, as well as her paying, but also paying for her items, the items that she is. Oh my goodness! It's not just the putty. It's the stick right here. Unfortunately, it sucks. So it's just ugh. Okay, so so yeah, so instead I'm gonna Lola, lovely Trainwreck sister Lola, she also lives in Canada. So so we're gonna look at using, and she offered, she's like, yeah, why don't you just ship it to me and then I can ship it to you. It's like, okay, that way it bypasses the duties and taxes, and I would still give her money to cover the cost of her to ship to me, but it would be way cheaper because no duties and taxes. Yeah. Oh my god, what the heck is up with the stick here? Oh my goodness. Okay, I am switching to tweezers. So my daughter is in the bedroom talking to a guy online. Yeah, she's been chatting with this guy for a while. He lives in the US. I think he's the one that lives in Ohio. Yeah, it's really funny because she goes by Wolfie and he goes by Wolf. So, yeah. But yeah, she's been in communication with him, and he wants to move here and try and have a relationship with her here. And well, apparently he lives in the mountains, which is great because, well, we have mountains here. They're not as big as the mountains here. Like, there's a mountain just down the road. It's kind of a mountain. To me, it's only kind of a mountain because I'm used to growing up surrounded by mountains that have snow on them all year round. They're really big, pretty big mountains. If you Google Rocky Mountains, yeah, you'll see what I mean by mountains. Yeah. Yeah, it's I think it's sweet. She just finished a relationship, being in a relationship, and she's already talking to somebody else about a relationship. It's so sweet. But I am really glad that she's got someone that understands where she's coming from and understands her quirks, and I think she's listening in. um, but yeah, yeah, she's had a lot of relationships, but they've been like online relationships with people from like, there was at least one from the UK, several from the States, different places in the States. I think there was one from like out east, and then there was this one from Alberta, and then the one from Alberta, because of him being so close with being in Alberta, she flew out, she went out there a few times and met him in person, was able to meet him in person, and met his family, and excuse me, and they would pay for plane tickets for her to fly out there. Thankfully, she lived in a city. She lived in the city where there was like easy access to the airport, and where she was living at the time in the city, she was living with renting a room in this person's house that was able to take her out to the airport. I took her out to the airport a couple of times as well. Yeah, so that she could fly out there and spend a few days visiting, and not just visiting him, but visiting his family as well. Because they were the ones, either his parents or his ex-girlfriend, who's also still really good friends with him, but he's still really good friends with, would pick her up from the airport. And yeah, it's just, yeah, she lived there for 2 years in his apartment, and he says that he just fell out of love with her. Yeah, just that was literally out of the blue, that he fell out of love with her, because like about a week earlier he was like saying that he didn't want to hurt her, didn't like seeing her crying, and yeah, he still didn't like seeing her crying when he broke up with her. He basically said it's over. Well, to put it bluntly, he said it was over between the two of them. He'd fallen out of love for her, and he packed a bag and went and stayed at his parents' place until she was able to come here. So now she's here, and she got her stuff. She's got her stuff all packed up, and so she doesn't know how or when, but his parents are going to be shipping her stuff to my dad's place, and then well, to his address, and then it's going to have to go from his place. Well, if they ship it to his address, depending on how they ship it, it'll either be like, if they go through postal service, then it'll go to the post office, and then my dad would have to go pick it up from the post office, and yeah, he'd just bring it all over here. Or it could show up by truck at his place, show up by courier at his place, and then he'll just load it into his truck and bring it over here. Because he keeps saying, "Hi, we got no room. We got no room." Yeah, they do have the room. They do have some room, because they don't have my stuff there anymore. Because they were storing my stuff. They had a few tote bins of my stuff in the crawl spaces. They have crawl space access on both sides of their mobile home. And yeah, they had tote bins of mine on both sides, and then they've also got two vehicle tents. Well, I guess one but one is actually being used as a vehicle tent, and that's for my bonus mom's car. They used to have a whole bunch of stuff stored at the back of that particular tent, most of which was my stuff, and then a little bit of their stuff. But then they got the other tent, and that one is set up behind the vehicle tent with her car, and that now has everything in it. That was originally in the vehicle tent, aside from the car, of course. But yeah, they've got the riding lawnmower, they got the snow blower, they've got oh my goodness, what's it called? The rototiller. They've got a rototiller in there. They got their Christmas decorations in there, and other stuff as well. They've got shelves along part of one side, and it's like, well, yeah, a bunch of my stuff was in there for a while as well, until I got into this place and gradually got my stuff from there and brought over here. And oh goodness, yeah, I don't have all of my stuff here because I wasn't able to get all of my stuff from my previous place of residence, which is disappointing, but I'm gradually working on replacing that stuff. Well, certain items. Yeah. But yeah, so I've got enough room here. Plus, I still have my van for storage. I opened up the back of the van yesterday to show my daughter, and because, like, well, it's a creepy stalker looking van, and it's got a bed frame. It's got a bed in the back too. So yeah, it is like a total creepy stalker van. Because it's a white van where there's no windows in the back. There's blackout curtains. So so with the blackout curtains closed, you cannot see in the back of the van. So, and there's solar panels too. I don't know if the solar panels still work because, well, I would need a little battery to plug. Well, I say little battery, but like from like a golf cart battery, or like from a scooter or whatever, electric wheelchair. Yeah. In order to see if it still works. The solar panels are still working. But yeah. Yeah, it's yeah, I've kind of lived in it a little bit here and there. When I first moved into my dad's place last year, I slept in it a few times with my kitty cat. And living long term in that thing, no. Excuse me. Yeah, could fix it up, but do I really need to? Do I really want to? I would rather just sell it and get a car. I really want to get a car because cars are great on gas. And yeah, I miss driving all the time. I love driving. Now the only time I drive is when I go to the city. I go to the town next door with my dad. And while he's having coffee with his buddies, I do my shopping. Yeah. So, and that's what I'm going to be doing next week. And it'll be a lot easier because I'll have my daughter with me to help. So yes, next week, I get paid Wednesday of next week, and I have to remember to go to the dollar store, a different dollar store, one that's called Your Dollar Store and More at the mall by Canadian Tire, so that I can get a diamond painting canvas for next month's DP mashup. Oh, all done with that color. Yeah. And I think I'm going to pick one of my other canvases. I'll use my wheel. I'll spin my wheel and find another canvas to work on. And I'm going to work on that one until it's finished. So then I can kit it down. And then I'll have a canvas. Well, I'll be able to kit up whatever I get from the dollar store for April. Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. Because, yeah, this daily spin the wheel and work on a different canvas each day is just... I think I was starting to suffer from burnout again a little bit. Yeah. So I'm going to focus on one canvas at a time. That's why I'm working on this one, powering through this one. I want to get a nice sized chunk of this done. Yeah. So I'm thinking that so something I've been thinking about doing is like focus on one canvas each week instead of a different canvas each day. Use the spin my wheel and spin the wheel, pick a canvas. And yes, I'm still using my tweezers, but that's okay. Anyways, so it is going a little bit slower, but not much. But anyways, yeah, pick a canvas, work on it for the week, and I'll start with like Saturday. No, on the weekends I'm still gonna work on this one for my live streams. Only because I know Katya from Carpe Diem does diamond painting. She's not a big fan of like the dark and creepy. So I'll still work on this one during the live streams, but the rest of the weekend I'll work on a different canvas, and during the week I'll work on that as well. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna start doing. I know I keep changing my mind about how I'm gonna do things, but that's just trying to find. I like to try and have like an efficient way of doing things that works for me, that's not overwhelming for me, and isn't gonna like cause burnout. Yeah, my hand is wanting to go a little on the numb side, so yeah, I'm periodically checking the time as well. And actually I think I'm just gonna I need to get up and stretch. I also keep forgetting my daughter and we went for a walk last night over to 7-Eleven. And that's something that we're going to try and do each evening. Not walk to 7-Eleven, but go for a walk each night. Having someone here helps with motivation. And I know she's more than willing to go for walks, because they won't be very long walks, just short walks around the cabins right here. And it'll get both of us out, get a little bit of exercise for both of us, because we both need it. We both need the fresh air. She's been quite the recluse for the last couple of years, living with him, relying on him. Now we both need to focus on relying on each other, really. So I was going to stop the video, but I'm still going. Actually, I think, let me see here. I think this is the last one from this case. Yes, it is. This is the last one from this case, and then I'll end the video. But yeah, so last night we went to go walk over to 7-Eleven. We took the garbage out, and I also showed her about draining the tanks and opened up the valves to drain the tanks, and then we left, rather than wait around for it to finish, and then completely forgot to close them when we got back. Yeah. So I'm gonna, as soon as I'm done this video, while it's uploading, I'm going to go out and close the valves. I could holler at her to get her to do it, but she's conversating with somebody, probably Wolf. And I need to stretch anyways, because of the walk last night. We walked over to 7-Eleven. I tried getting money out of the ATM machine again, and it's still saying the same thing. So the bank, whoever takes care of the bank machine, the ATMs, the dude's got to come out and take a look at it. And well, the ATM is for Scotiabank, and there is no Scotiabank in this town. There's one bank in this town, and that is a credit union. The Scotiabank, the nearest Scotiabank, is in the town next door. So they need to send somebody out to service the ATM machine. And yeah, because I was going to take cash. I was going to get cash out from the ATM machine to buy pizza, to buy our dinner last night, and so that I'd also have the cash to give to my boyfriend for the gas. Because like he's trying to save money to buy a house, and it's difficult to do when it costs $100 a week in gas just for him to go to and from work. And even though he did get partial, I'm calling it a partial promotion because it's not a full-time promotion. He's now a supervisor, but only part-time, like only when they really need a supervisor, and that's like when the other two supervisors are unable to work, or for one reason or another. So yeah, and he also gets paid more at those points in time. Yeah, so which is nice. The hours are a little bit more also, but only by like a couple of hours, and he's fine with that too. Yeah, because he's still pretty fit and healthy for his age. He's just a few months older than me. But yeah, his birthday's in May. Yeah. And yeah. Okay. So on that note, oh goodness, now my head is hurting. Okay, on that note, I'm gonna go and get some stuff done, get stretch, and get myself another drink, and all that wonderful stuff and upload this for you guys. Yes, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.